Numerical problem 2. ABC company has retained earnings at the end of the year of rupees 275,000. The company paid out cash dividend of rupees 150,000 to its shareholder. The stock of ABC company is trading at rupees 95 per share. The total equity at the end of the year is rupees 6 million and there are 125,000 common stocks outstanding. Calculate earning per share, dividend per share, book value per share, market to book value ratio, price earning ratio, and dividend payout ratio. So this in this question we have been asked to calculate various types of ratio that are related to the stock price and earning of the company and dividend of the company. So I'll assign a few minutes for you to calculate these ratio based on your learning, based on your experience, based on your previous knowledge. Read out the question very carefully. So let's start with the solution. Earning per shares can be calculated by formula using net income to number of outstanding share. In this question, we haven't been given with net income figures, so we can assume that retained earnings plus cash dividend paid out that had been paid out by the company can be used as net income. If the company is in the first year of the operation, then this type of figure can be used as net earning. If the company has a bit long history and they have kept a previous figure on retained earning, then this information cannot be used. However, in this question, we haven't been given with the history of the company and where there is a limited information. So with the data sufficiency, we can use this retained earning and cash dividend, retained earning and cash dividend as net income. If you follow the income statement, then you'll find out net income, which is termed as net profit also in the income statement, and after net income or net profit, then the company will announce the dividend. After the amount remaining on the company after paying the dividend is called retained earnings. So we can also say net profit or net income can be decomposed as retained earning and cash dividend. Did you get my concept to this decomposition of net income to retained earning and dividend? I hope you have understood quite well with this. Rupees 3.4 per share is the earning per share. Dividend per share can be calculated by total dividend by number of outstanding share, and rupees 1.2 per share can be rupees 1.2 per share is the dividend per share of this company. Next one, if you aren't clear with this retained earning plus cash dividend which has been paid out which has been paid out cash dividend paid out by the company can be treated as, once again, can be treated as net income for the first year only. That's for the first year only, or for the company that has no retained earning stray before, that hasn't kept any amount in retained earning previously, then we can keep this net income or net profit. I've given an illustration here. Net profit can be decomposed by dividend. And after net profit, the company will announce its dividend, and they will provide some dividend. And the amount remaining after dividend is retained earning. So net income can be decomposed to dividend and retained earning. In this question, we haven't given with the figure of net income separately, so we can use this retained earning and cash dividend to find out net income. This is a rational expectation if the company is very new, or if the company hasn't any retained earning history. Should be clear with you right now. So let's move to next question. Book value per share. Book value per share can be calculated by dividing total equity with number of outstanding share. Total equity is 6 million. 6 million means we have to write 6 zeros after 6. Okay, that's rupees 48 per share. Rupees 48 per share is the book value per share. That's intrinsic value of the company, or that's the value of the that's the value derived from the account book of the company. So after this, market to book value ratio calculated on the basis of market price. Market price can be find out from the company's trading price of the stock exchange or OTC market. So market to book value ratio, market price per share divided by book value per share. Market price per share is 95. It is 95 divided by book value per share, rupees 48. So it has no unit, so we write it in terms of times. That's 1.98 times. Market to book value ratio is unitless, because as rupees or dollar figure in market price and book value per share both are disappear, so there is no unit. Price earning ratio, market price per share divided by earnings per share. So we have find out earnings per share from the first question, that's rupees 3.4 per share. So market price per share is 95, that's given in the question. We calculate this price earning ratio PE as 27.94 times in this question. Price earning ratio. What do you understand by price earning ratio? That's the times that an individual or investor is paying for the per dollar earnings of the company. So if it is higher than the then the investor is paying very high in terms of the earnings of that company. So this ratio is basically good if we find this ratio in a lower number, but however we should check it very cautiously. It's generally preferable below 20, but we should check it very cautiously. There may be some companies that's that has declining sales, declining report, and the market price is declining, so the price earning ratio is declining. So always it's not better when we have a very low price earning ratio. However, if the company is good, if we find all other indicators are good, then lower is better. Lower is better. Okay, you have to keep in mind that most of the ratios are higher is better, like earning per share is higher is better. Market price per share to earnings per share is price earning ratio, which is lower is better. So let's move to dividend payout ratio. Dividend payout ratio is dividend per share divided by earnings per share. We also call it DPS by EPS. We also call it DPS by EPS, dividend per share by earnings per share. We have the figure 1.2 dividend per share, which we calculate from this question B 1.2 per share, and earnings per share is rupees 3.4, which we have also calculated in this same question. So dividend per share by earning per share is dividend payout ratio, and it's 0.35 times in this question. That means for 1 rupees earning, the company is providing 0.35 paisa. For $1 earning, the company is providing 0.35 cent as dividend. They are paying out 0.35 as dividend. They are keeping 0.65 as retained earning to the company. If the company is in expansion stage, then they keep this portion very higher, and if the company are very mature, they have no expansion possibilities, then they will provide higher dividend. Is general assumptions or dividend. There are various dividend payout theories, and some of the theories says that mature companies provide higher dividend. So I hope you all are clear with all of these numericals, problems. If you have any queries, please write it down.